to another exciting but rather disturbing episode of BioLogic Science News. Researchers in the Netherlands have found evidence that people who take Ritalin, or methylphenidate, people who take it in their youth experience alterations to their brain chemistry that persist into adulthood. Ritalin is a drug used to curb the symptoms of ADHD, or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which include difficulty paying attention and keeping focus, as well as difficulty staying on task, completing tasks, and moving on to new tasks, as well as following instructions. Kids with the disorder will be impatient and talkative, overly playful or energetic, acting or speaking without taking a moment to think about what they're doing, and struggle to keep pace with others in a positive way, like struggling to wait their turn or to not interrupt others. For several years now, it's been known that people with ADHD have differences in their brain structure than people without it. Those with the condition often have a lower volume in the prefrontal cortex and the posterior parietal cortex. They also tend to have diminished executive function, which impairs their ability to make decisions. The researchers in the Netherlands wondered if using Ritalin in childhood would change the brain structure and brain chemistry. One of the study's co-authors, Michelle M. Solleveld of the University of Amsterdam, and I quote, said, "The safety and efficacy of methylphenidate treatment in adults has been studied thoroughly. However, methylphenidate treatment for ADHD is actually more common in children, and no studies so far have investigated the possible long-term effects of methylphenidate on the developing brain." And so they conducted a study just to look at that, at Ritalin use on the developing brain. They used magnetic resonance spectroscopy to examine the brain tissue in the medial prefrontal cortex of 44 male patients using Ritalin. They focused on the GABA system, also called gamma-aminobutyric acid, which is the major inhibitory neurotransmitter in the central nervous system. The GABA system is primarily involved in regulating neuronal activity by inhibiting and suppressing neurotransmission. The study found that people who were put on Ritalin before the age of 23, when their brain was still developing, were more likely to have lower GABA activity than those who took Ritalin after age 23. Lower GABA levels in the prefrontal cortex are associated with higher wakefulness and excitability, which are part and parcel with the symptoms of ADHD. Other studies have shown that higher levels of GABA in the prefrontal cortex are associated with conditions like narcolepsy, so it seems that GABA levels in the prefrontal cortex are involved in some way with wakefulness and alertness. The study authors say that the results of their research require more study for confirmation and validation, and to further explore the study of Ritalin use in childhood, because this avenue of research is, surprisingly, quite poorly documented.